Well, Nick Rushworth joins us on the set to take a look at the papers in the UK. Morning to you, Nick.
Morning to you.
We've been running around looks at various parts of the UK and how they're preparing for this historic day. How have the papers been covering it?
Well, The Guardian has a wrap of all the front pages of papers in Scotland, England, and so on. And its conclusion, its verdict, if you like, is that the Brits are facing a leap into the unknown. The Guardian itself actually has a picture of the White Cliffs of Dover and a lone Union Jack on a pebble beach near Dover. The sun there is prominent in The Guardian's selection. It's with the headline for The Sun, "Our time has come." And the text that goes with that says, after 30 years of resistance to the creeping danger of the European superstate, the people of the UK have finally got Brexit done, which of course is an echo of Boris Johnson's election campaign last month. The Daily Mail there on that front page there, you can see a new dawn for Britain. The mood very different, of course, in Scotland. There you can see the National leave a light on for Scotland. Now, the National paper, if we go to it, is actually a paper that is devoted exclusively to an independent Scotland. There it's front page. Europe leaves the light on for Scotland, and its message really is, "Dear Europe, we didn't vote for this, help us." So that question of a Scottish referendum is very much in the air. The latest poll in Scotland, very much talked about in the Scottish press, is that 51% of Scots want to leave the UK, 49 say let's stay in the UK. So like that 52-48 figure we saw with the 2016, polarising, dividing, tense vote, you know.
Now, oftentimes within the margin of error, too, when it's that close. No surprise, across the channel here in France, Brexit Day also the top story.
Libération have that as their front page. It's time with a paper plane, actually, with a Union Jack. And that made me think, oh, that paper that's going to, very fragile, it's going to crash pretty soon. Its headline, "It's time," also made me think of that time, 2300 hours, 11 o'clock in the evening in a British pub in the old days. Ding, ding, you'd have last orders for the pub, was it? It's time to get your last orders in. Of course, the deadline now is the 2300 hours British time, GMT, for this Brexit departure. Let's go to Le Figaro. It's got l'adieu à l'Europe with lots of with Union Jacks flying there, you can see, and Big Ben not bonging.
Not bonging. The bongless Big Ben.
Yes, exactly. Its argument is that what France faces on its doorstep now is a Singapore on Thames. Do not imagine the Brits are going to sink post-Brexit, it argues. They have the resilience and energy to cope with perhaps the difficult economic times coming forward. So it's saying that history has shown that time and time again the Brits have actually risen to the challenge of setting the pace, doing things their own way.
All right. Thank you very much, Nick. Nick Rushworth with a look at what's making headlines in the UK. We'll be